This
Patty.
conference will now be recorded.
Patty Englert, block 61.02, lot 7, 512 Woodland Road, Ocean, bulk variance approval. Luddy Johnson, block 128, lot 16, 1309 Unami Avenue, Wanamassa, bulk variance approval. And Elizabeth Kelly, block 150.04, lot 17, 33 Dogwood Drive, Ocean, bulk variance approval. I needed someone to offer.
I will offer.
Second.
Amy, please call the roll.
Mr. Fuller,
Yes.
Mr. Malta,
Yes.
Mr. Shephaka,
Yes.
Mr. Worrell,
Yes.
Ms. Beal.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. The last one, Lake Gardens, block 38, lot 92, 111 Bound Road, Ocean, site plan approval, use variance approval. Someone offer, please?
I will offer.
And both.
You said I can offer them both at once? Yeah, okay. You
Site.
send both.
They're all voted on the same. So
Okay,
we site, bulk, and use.
okay. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second.
Second. Okay, Mr. Malta?
Okay, Mr. Malta,
Yes.
Mr. Shephaka,
Yes.
Mr. Worrell,
Yes.
Ms. Beal.
Good?
We're good.
Okay. Carried case, June 8th.
You calling Kappa?
Excuse me? You told me not to call Kappa.
Okay, no. You can call Kappa. Amy, do you know who originally voted on the original?
Not off the top of my head. That's what I was curious about.
Well, all right. What Kappa was is that one of the conditions didn't make sense because it was repetitious about a planting in a corner, and it went through that way. And then when they tried to build it or get the site plan approved, we saw that there was a problem. Maybe the way I did the conditions, and I didn't quite understand it. And we actually took out about 7 words, which were in a different condition in the resolution. The whole thing made sense, and I went over to Jim and solved it. And so that it's the same resolution that we originally passed, but it would it is amended as one of the conditions, just to clean up an error that we probably made. Or I probably made. So it needs to be voted on, but I don't know if anybody, if they recall, voted on the original one. Kappa is the one that's right off of Route 66, where it turns into Bound Road, where there was a building there that they're going to refurbish and put some landscaping around. Anybody
was
remember
there.
that one?
I was there, and Mr. Worrell was there too. I think Mr. Malta was there also.
Yeah, I got it.
Well-
It was July 18th of last year.
Okay, so just call those people who voted yes on July 18th.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay,
So
wait a minute.
offer it. Let's get
So
it offered.
Kappa Construction Block 152, Lot 2.10, 1 Freehold Road, Ocean, site plan approval.
Well, the
Amy,
amended.
call the roll.
I think it's
The
an amended.
amended site plan.
Okay.
Amended site plan, Henry.
Yes.
There.
So we need, Russ can offer it,
I'll offer.
and Jim can second it,
I'll second.
and Amy could just call those people who voted on the original resolution if you can.
Okay. Okay. I'm just going to do it in random order.
Okay.
Mr. Shephaka,
Yes.
Mr. Worrell,
Yes.
Mr. Malta,
Yes.
Ms. Beal.
Yes.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, that's it.
Case is carried to June 18th, 2020. Morris Dweck, Block 43, Lot 1.2, 300 Parker Avenue, Deal Park. 485 South Edgemere Drive LLC, Block 76, Lot 5, 485 South Edgemere Drive, West Allenhurst. Patricia Strano Burke, Block 141, Lot 14, 3408 Sunset Avenue, Ocean. Warren Linder, Block 40.03, Lot 3, 608 Deal Road, Ocean. 1209 Route 35 LLC, Block 204, Lot 4, 1209 Route 35, Ocean. Yusef Cohn, Block 22, Lot 33, 238 Overlook Avenue, Ocean. William Larkin, Block 25.07, Lot 12, 190 Belmar Avenue, Oakhurst. John and Jeanette Keegan, Block 25.32, Lot 14, Cliffwood Road, Oakhurst. AEI Holdings, Block 182, Lot 88, 1200 Eagle Avenue, Ocean. Oh my goodness. Larchwood Minion, Block 8.02, Lot 3 and 2348 Larchwood Avenue, Ocean. Hillel School, Block 34.03, Lots 2, 2.01, 5.01, 5.02, and 6, 1025 Deal Road, Ocean. 335 Roosevelt Avenue, LLC, Block 19, Lot 3, 335 Roosevelt Avenue, Ocean. Trent Hindman, Block 78, Lot 11, 1000 Bendemeer Avenue, Wanamassa. And Farhar and Rebecca Salome, Block 22, Lot 44.02, 249 Overbrook Avenue, Ocean, which brings us to our first case, Jose and Martha Burgess, Block 35, Lot 4, 1136 West Park Avenue, Ocean, New Jersey. This is an application to construct an in-ground pool while changing the grade of more than 2 feet. Who's going to testify?
Hi, how are you? This is Michael Whalen with Jose Borges and Maria Borges, the owners of the household.
And who will be testifying?
Maria Borges will.
Okay, will you please raise your right hand? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Good. Bill,
Amy, you want to,
Amy, mark the packet, please.
Okay.
Bill, do you have a report?
and you want to, I can do this either way, but it's probably good if I was a presenter and pop this up.
Go ahead.
Henry,
Yes.
just an idea. It's Rich von Wagner. Sorry to bother, but I reviewed the packet like other folks. Maybe after some quick testimony as to why they need it, we could just go right into the packet. Look clean on this. Nope.
Can you see it
Or
okay?
do I have the wrong one?
No?
Okay.
What the hell's going on with this thing? I don't know. Why did it pause? Maybe it didn't work. I don't know.
I see your
It's
screen.
probably your internet connection.
No, I got a good connection. I can hear everybody. I'm not just not sure why it's not coming up on the screen, because I hit the screen application and I picked it.
It's up on ours, Bill?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, it's up on ours.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get to the point. Okay, this is an application to construct a rear yard in-ground pool on a lot that's well more than an acre of area on West Park Avenue. The only relief needed is from section 21-20.16 for change of grade of 2 feet or more. If you have the packet in front of you and you see their topographic or their grading plan I'm summarizing Jim and my reports because neither of us have any issue. There's no way that this pool can be constructed on this property without changing the grade by 2 feet or more. As you look at the site plan, West Park Avenue is to the north. Behind the pool is dedicated open space of the toll development. It'll never be developed. There's no visual or other impacts, so Jim and I had no problem at all with the relief requested or their proposal.
Okay,
I like that.
I like that a
Oh,
lot.
it's just,
Okay,
Come on, half the screen. What happened?
where's Maria? I can't see her.
Right here.
Bill, can you pull that down?
Yes, Bill, pull it down.
pull it down?
Just
Yeah.
stop sharing your screen.
I'm having trouble.
Schools?
I can't get the screen capture thing to move.
You hover
Leave
over
it.
the button that says screen and then
There we
Amy,
go.
you can just turn him off also for screen sharing.
Turn Bill off?
So Bill, you and Jim are good.
Yes, no problem at all.
The applicant's good. Applicant's good.
Good.
Up to you, Henry.
So, well, I need Bill to get out so I can talk to Maria for a minute.
Great, I'm gonna
No, that's what I meant. Up to you to get Maria to say why.
Now, can we get Bill off somehow? Because I got half a screen here.
Can you guys see us in your screens when we talk? Does that prompt us to come to your point of view?
No, I can't see you.
I don't really need to see it.
Oh, there we go.
There
Okay.
we go.
All right.
Turn it on, turn it on.
There you
Thank
are.
you.
Okay.
Don't do that
So-
again, Bill.
So Maria, you're putting in a pool and you need to do a 2-foot cut and fill, which Bill says it's okay. It's just a pool, right?
Yes.
Everything else is in compliance, Bill, correct?
Everything's in compliance, total compliance, other than, you can look at the contour lines and see why they need to change the grade.
Okay. Anybody from the board have any questions?
Yeah.
Okay, there's any other place on the property to put the pool where you wouldn't need this change in grade?
No,
Engineer.
no conforming, I'm sorry, Mark, no conforming place where the change in grade would be less than 2 feet.
Okay.
I got it. We obviously can't put it in the front yard, we know that. So wherever we would put it, we would.
There you go.
So
Okay.
That's the flattest part, is the front yard.
Good.
Okay.
All right.
Can't put it there.
No one else from the board has questions?
Nope.
No.
Do I have to ask if the public has any questions?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions from the public? Okay.
Make a
Need
motion
a
to
motion
close.
to close the public hearing?
Make a motion to
Move
close.
to close.
Need a second?
Second,
Amy, please call the roll.
can you just tell me who seconds that?
Rich Van Wagner.
Mr. Fuller,
Yes.
Mr. Malta,
Yes.
Mr. Manel,
Yes.
Mr. Shepakas,
Yes.
Mr. Van Wagner,
Yes.
Mr. Worrell,
Yes.
Mrs. Beal.
I need
I'll
somebody to offer.
Resolution.
Need a second?
Second,
Amy, please call the roll.
Mr. Fuller,
Yes.
Mr. Malta,
Yes.
Mr. Manel,
Yes.
Mr. Shepakas,
Yes.
Mr. Van Wagner,
yes.
Mr. Worrell,
Yes.
Mrs. Beal.
Thank you. Enjoy swimming.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Next case is case number 2, Nisam Hasbani, block 40.01, lot 4, 406 Deal Road, Ocean, zone R3. This is an application to keep an existing in-ground pool patio surround, pool code fence installed on a landscaped wall, pool equipment and driveway that was constructed in violation with zoning approval. Many variances are required. Attorney for the applicant, Jennifer Krimko. Good evening, Jennifer. How are you?
Good evening, Mr. Chair. Forgive me for not standing to enter my appearance, but then you'd see that I'm only professionally dressed from the waist up. So I'm
Okay.
going to continue sitting. Would you like, just as a initial statement, I've had the opportunity to go over Bill and Jim's reports. Jim didn't have any issues from a planning perspective. Bill and I worked together today to come up with a solution that I believe Bill is comfortable with. So we're proposing to make some modifications subject to Bill's review and approval with regard to the setback of the driveway and increasing the setback of the basketball court. So I just wanted to say that at the outset. And then we're also proposing to do some grading changes to address any potential drainage problems.
Okay, so let's, Amy, mark the packet, please. So, Bill? Bill?
Okay, I'm just, Amy, yeah. Are you gonna make me a presenter and I'll try to pull this thing up again or no?
You want me to do it, Bill? You want me to pull it up? I have that in a photo.
I have it right here if I can just, I just have it up.
I know,
Fine.
it didn't work out last time. That's why I'm thinking maybe I should try.
Hey,
How is that?
There we go.
Very good. Well done.
looks good, Bill. I got it good.
I'm learning. Okay, so this is, I'm gonna, again, combine Jim and my report. And
Okay.
let me start out by saying that it's true that a lot of variances are required, but don't react negatively to the application because a lot of them obtain from the size of the lot, the dimensions of the lot, the fact that the house has been there 50 years or more, it's where it is. So a lot of these things are existing. The neighborhood is fully developed, has been, and nothing can be done about the bulk variances. The
Okay.
real variances that matter are a portion of the the pool must be set back 10 feet. And if you have a 3-foot pool surround, meaning a patio or walkway, that's allowed to encroach on the 10 feet. If it's wider than 3 feet, then that must be the full 10-foot setback. If you look at the in-ground pool to the lower left, you'll see along the left side of the pool is a 3-foot, but as the patio expands to more than 3 foot wide, or the walkway, if you will, is closer than 10 feet. That's a technical variance, but it would make no sense. It's not visually apparent and it's not going to impact anybody adversely.
Okay,
If you look at the back of the pool, I'm sorry, the upper right of the pool, just to the right of that, you'll see a shaded area. That's patio that does not conform, but applicant has agreed to remove it and it's shown on the plan as such. So that will totally conform. So nothing along the rear line will be non-conforming. Along the sideline, a small portion to the lower left of the pool is non-conforming surround. Below that is labeled basketball court. That's a removable mat that sits atop a driveway. The driveway pavement apparently went all the way to the property line, and so now the basketball court does. By ordinance, the driveway is required to be 5 feet setback from the property line, and the court is required to be 10-foot setback. Applicant has agreed to, and applicant did not pave the driveway. It was there in a non-conforming condition. Applicant has agreed to remove 5 feet of the driveway and make it conforming. In return, I said I would support the basketball court going within 5 feet of the property line, since it's a mat that sits on top of the driveway and can be removed.
so Bill, what
Other
about,
variances? Go ahead.
Bill?
Yes,
What about past the basketball court? Is it, that driveway is conforming then too, 5 foot off?
the driveway right now is not, but
Right.
will be.
Okay,
The basketball court, he's asking, can he please have it at least as wide as the driveway? I don't have a
Okay.
problem with that. Jim didn't have a problem with that.
okay.
All right, other
Particularly
issues
be-
involved, oh, okay, so now, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, particularly
so-
considering it's just a a rubber pad on the driveway.
Right, but it's
Okay.
the use, the basketball
Correct.
court use. Okay, so
Correct.
the variance needs to be granted. I have no engineering problem. Jim had no planning problem.
Agreed.
Okay,
With regard to other parts of the driveway, it existed, but technically speaking, may need a variance depending on how the ordinance is interpreted. The circular paver driveway in the front is closer to the next door property to the left than allowed. That also must be 5 feet. Curb cuts and aprons must be 5 feet away from the adjacent properties. This is not. This was allowed to be constructed in place as it was and was inspected by the Township Engineer's Office and signed off. So while applicant initially agreed at my urging to remove it, I did not realize at the time I asked that the town engineer had signed off. So I have no problem with it because it's a benefit to have a circular driveway on Deal Road. And
Right.
so people don't have to back out there. So there is a number of variances. I think Jennifer provided them all to Mark in writing. Jim and I have no problem with them because the applicant's been willing to work with us, and we think all in all, it's a good application with some public benefit.
is that it?
What about the fence heights are okay?
Yeah,
That's it.
so just by
Oh,
way
one more
of
thing, I'm
saying,
sorry. Because it was not an, okay, because this was not a normally followed process, some of the pool deck drains to the upper left of the site plan. That would be the southeast corner of the lot, and then onto other properties. So one of the caveats of removing the driveway 5 feet is to regrade so that all the water at the southeast corner of the property flows northerly to Deal Road and
Okay.
into the inlet and not onto other people's properties. So that solves the drainage issue that exists back there as a result of the construction.
and Mark, in response to the fence, there's a front porch and it extends across the front of the driveway in the form of a landscape wall. So the 4-foot pool fence is on a 2-foot landscape wall. So it's technically a 6-foot fence in the front yard. But as per Jim's letter, he's okay with it because it's in line with the front of the house. So it's not actually in front of the house. It's in line with the house.
Right. It's within the required front yard, but it's not actually within the front yard because
Correct.
as defined, the front yard extends from the street line to the building, and the wall and fence that Jennifer's referring to has the same setback as the house, as the building. So it's within the required front yard, so it's a technical variance, but it's not actually within the front yard.
So Henry, like sometimes meetings should go like this where all the professionals actually decide that it's the right thing and then we just listen? That was a
Say
joke.
that again.
You
Say
like
that
it?
again.
No, I'm kidding. I said, it sounds like all the professionals on all sides agree that this is the way this should go, this application going forward. And so I hope they all go that way as we move forward.
That's correct from my perspective, yes.
Okay, so that's all the variances we need?
No, so just quickly, I'll go
That's
through
it.
them so it's on the record.
Go ahead.
Lot
Bill,
area,
Bill, can we put the map down, the survey? So
I'll
we
do
can
my
see
best,
people?
bear with me.
Okay.
while he's doing that, it's lot areas
can resize your
existing
windows,
undersized.
I don't
Lot
know when
depth
that's
is
public.
under,
Did it ask me?
I hear somebody else talking.
Yeah, we said lot area, lot depth.
Lot area, lot depth, front yard setback to the house existing, rear yard setback to the house existing, building coverage existing, front yard setback to the front porch, technical front yard setback to the basketball court over the driveway, side yard setback to the basketball court he went over. The pool equipment is mostly 10 feet, portions of the pump is 8.4. The pool patio on the east side that Bill was
8.5.
talking,
Say 8.54?
that's why I emailed it to you in advance, Mark. You have the
8.54.
list,
Okay, I got it. But that's only a small portion.
right. Side yard of the
Okay.
pool patio to the east is 7 feet. and then the wall and the curb cut. So it's really a lot of existing as a function of the house and then the few that Bill went over.
And,
Okay.
and the applicant is mitigating some of the existing drainage problems by making the driveway 5 feet shorter and directing all flow onto Deal Road.
Right,
By
approximately five,
regrading-
what, if approximately 5 feet shorter to provide a 5-foot setback.
Is
Okay,
the public allowed to speak?
Not yet.
Hello?
hold on. Not yet.
Okay.
Okay, Jennifer, that's your case, correct?
Sum and substance with the ability to obviously represent after the public.
Okay, anyone from the board have anything to say?
I have a
Any
question.
questions? Go ahead.
I have a question. When was this pool put in? How long ago?
The pool was recently put in and it was discovered during the CO process, the sign off on the permits, that some of these nonconformities existed. The pool fully conforms.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I needed to know.
Yes.
Thank you.
Anyone else from the board with questions? Okay, anyone from the public to be heard?
Yes, my name is Sam Cohen. Can you hear me?
Yes?
Okay, my address is
Mr.
6
Mr. Cohen,
White.
Mr. Cohen, please state your name and address in accordance with the case.
Okay. My name is Sam Cohen. My address is 6 Dwight Drive, which is behind part of this property that we're discussing.
Yes?
I understand that they took out all the trees on 406, 404, and and number 8 Dwight Drive.
I have to object,
enables-
Mr. Chair. I'd ask Mr. Cohen to leave his comments, to direct his comments specific only to this application.
Correct. Mr. Cohen, do you have any questions about this application?
I don't know. I didn't finish speaking.
So Jennifer, can I ask you, Henry, is it inappropriate for me to ask her?
Sure.
I was going to ask you, Jennifer, and I appreciate your, jurisdiction, but why would his comment, something I don't, not be?
Right, I do. Mr. Cohen called me in advance, and he has concerns about things going on other properties that my client owns that he's trying to bring into this proceeding. So I'm just trying to limit any testimony and questions just to this property.
Absolutely.
Yes,
And I appreciate that.
Mr. Cohen, this is Mark Stein. Mr. Cohen, this is Mark Stein.
Yes.
I'm the board attorney. Can you just limit your
Okay.
questions to anything that you have concern with on 406 Deal Road?
Well, as I finish my statement, maybe some of it does, maybe it doesn't. You could decide.
No.
That's not how it works, Mr.
You
Cohen.
have to tell us what your specific issue is with this property.
Okay, I'm Esther Cohen. I'm his wife. And my only concern is that we own this property for a very long time. The owner of
Can you
your
have
property.
Mrs. Cohen sworn in, please?
Okay,
Mrs. Cohen was not sworn.
No, Mrs. Cohen, please raise your right hand. Do you
Okay.
affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes,
Okay. Please state your name and address.
Esther Cohen, 6 White Drive.
Okay.
The Hasbani people are very nice people. And they asked me to cut down 2 of the trees that I had in my backyard, which they did. They were supposed to take out some, they never did. It's still sitting in my backyard. Okay, after that, they owned one house at the time. Then they bought the house next door, which was my daughter's house, and they bought the house next door to me on Dwight Drive. One on Hill Road, one on Dwight Drive.
Mrs. Cohen, I hate to cut you off, but this has nothing to do with this case.
I'm going to tell you what I have to do. Every tree in the whole, all those properties are gone. We have no buffer of sound. We have no privacy. Everything is gone.
Mr. Shepherd, we don't need any variances to the rear yard setback.
I
So we're not
understand that.
required to have any buffer.
I understand that.
And Mr. Chairman, if you would,
Yes.
if you don't mind, I had a question about the same thing. So I called the zoning officer today because I needed to be sure what was going on. And
Right.
a pool that, or surround that conforms between that area and the property line, the only thing the ordinance requires is sod. It does not require any buffering or any planting or any trees or anything other than sod or lawn.
Okay. Okay.
And I can also add, Mr. Shepherd, that the zoning officer and the board engineer have been looking at this application very closely, which is what resulted us in coming before the board. So no trees were taken down that were not authorized to be taken down. So everything was done with permits, and those things that didn't end up exactly as originally proposed were here before you. So
Okay.
trees are not an issue for this application.
I understand that.
I just think it's good neighbor policy to care about your neighbors. We
Hey,
have
Henry,
absolutely.
can I say something? Like,
Okay,
so, I'm sorry, so, yeah, is it Mrs. Cohen?
yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, because I didn't hear correct. So, I'd like to hear what you think, because that's what matters. That's why we do this, right? And,
Okay, right.
go ahead. Even the
I
house.
think that-
Go ahead.
I think that we have no privacy. They put up fences there, but we could see people's heads. We hear very clearly people talking. We hear basketball playing. I have grandchildren. They make noise too, but I'm talking about both ways. I feel like we are exposed all the way up to Deal Road across the street. That's
I
how
agree.
clear. There's nothing blocking anything on
Right.
both sides
So-
of the house and in front of me.
I know what you're saying.
I don't,
So,
yeah,
so I didn't mean to cut you off. I was going to say, so like being on this board for 20 years now, and this is my 20th year. Oh my gosh, maybe longer. I mean, Jennifer's so much younger than me. But anyway, my point is,
yeah.
I've learned a lot from this, just being on the board. And we always want to like try to accommodate everything. And so, but we can only do it within the confines of the application, right? So this application, and if you have objections to it, we completely understand the construct of neighborhoods and where you're at. Like, you can take stuff out and all of a sudden it's wide open, right? Up near me, I know that up towards West Park Ave. And, it's all like so we have to work within the, jurisdiction and the confines we can, right? So yeah, we can't. So if this were a situation where there are some variances that were significantly required on the use or the sides, and that, like, we might be able to say to the applicant, could you do this to help out, alleviate the buffer things. Maybe I'd offer that idea right now to this applicant, but I don't know that on this application we can actually require that, because there's not much other than a grading change, which isn't that hard to deal with. I want to help you, but I think it is something that you have to deal with your neighbor and figure out how to buffer that.
Mr.
Because
Van
we're
Wagner,
going closer to each other, and it's not a land use thing. It's just a
Mr.
natural.
And there's another house right next door to me that they own, and there's another pool going in there.
okay, Mr. Van Wagner, if I may address what you just said. If we needed a setback to the rear, the only lot line that affects the Cohens, then the board would be well within its rights to condition any approval on providing a buffer to mitigate the impact to the Cohens.
I
We are
understand.
not.
I
No,
do
no,
understand that, but you know that they're both building right around it.
No. So the fact that they're building around it is not relevant to this application, number one. But number two, more importantly, we're not obligated to keep our yard filled with trees as long as we abide by the ordinance. If the Cohens feel that they're too exposed, then they could put trees up on their own property.
I completely agree with you. This would be something the applicant would do. voluntarily and not required to do, and we can't mandate them to do. And that's what I was trying to like get across earlier. You're right.
Oh, okay. It's very upsetting. It
I know,
really is.
but Jennifer is right in presenting the application, and we're trying to like, I think I'm trying to anyway, accept it the right way. And I wish that you guys could figure something out that would make yourselves, your situation there better. And I would like to think you could, if they're going to put that much money into this.
I understand. I would appreciate a phone call to try and compromise and do something, because I really think that what was done was really like the whole area. I'm surrounded by
Mr. Chair,
these houses.
Mr. Chair, while I can appreciate that she's upset, my client's paying me to be here, and I don't think it's fair that he should pay me to have discussions on the record that are not relevant to the case before you. I'm sure that if Mrs. Cohen called my client, he would be open to speaking.
Right. I think that's what, Mrs. Cohen, I think that's what you should do. I think you should really call Mr. Hasbani and see what you can work out with him.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I hope he's receptive. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any other
Again,
questions?
I'm
from the
sorry,
board?
but I think I wanted to give her directions too. I didn't mean to object to your application.
No, I understood, Richard. I think that for a lay person, it's hard to understand the distinction between what the board wants to do versus what they can do. That's all.
Right. And I don't know the parameters there, and I figured if he has an outlet to talk to your folks, that's good.
Right. Okay. Any other questions from the public? Okay. Motion to close the public hearing?
I make a motion.
Second.
Need a second? Okay. Amy, please call the roll.
Mr. Fuller,
Yes.
Mr. Malta,
Mr. Malta.
Oh,
He's
your
on mute.
mic's off.
Sorry. Yes, sorry about
Okay,
that.
it's okay. I saw your mouse moving.
Yeah, I was trying to minimize the interference, then I forgot to unmute.
Mr. Manel,
Yes.
Mr. Shepica,
Yes.
Mr. Van Wagner,
Yes.
Mr. Worrell,
Yes.
Ms. Beal,
Yes.
Action.
I move for a positive resolution, subject to Mr. Fitzgerald's approval.
I second.
Things that were agreed to.
Amy, that was Russ Malta and Eric Manel. Please call the roll.
Mr. Fuller,
Yes.
Mr. Malta,
Yes.
Mr. Manel,
Yes.
Mr. Shepica,
Yes.
Mr. Van Wagner,
Yes.
Mr. Worrell,
Yes.
Mrs. Beal.
Yeah, I spoke.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. That brings us to our third case. Mr. Best, are you here for the meeting, or do you just want to be with us?
First, I wanted to see what it was all about, and I was here for moral support for the last application.
Okay. All right, that brings us to our third application. Stephen and Rita Niddle, block 64, lot 7, 715 Myrtle Avenue, West Allenhurst, Zone R4. This is an application to reconstruct an existing family room and screened-in porch, as well as construct an 87.5 square foot addition to a screened-in porch. Variances are needed for minimum rear yard setback and maximum building coverage. Amy, please mark the packet.
Okay.
Mr. and Mrs. Little, who is going to testify?
I will.
Okay, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I will.
Please state your name and address in accordance with the case.
My name is Steve Nattel. I'm at 715 Myrtle Avenue, West Allenhurst, New Jersey.
Thank you. I'm sorry I mispronounced your name. Amy, please mark the packet.
Okay.
Bill? Bill? Bill?
Awake, Bill?
I'm awake. Yeah, I can't hear a thing. I couldn't hear anything.
Oh,
I'm saying what happened.
do you have a report?
It tells me it's recording or something, yeah. I was waiting for Amy to give me the thing so I can pop the site plan up.
Oh, do you need that?
Well, just so people can see it. I'm sorry, it just sort of makes sense on this one.
Okay.
Nothing's there. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yep.
Why is it giving me that silly bleep? Oh my goodness. Not working? Screen
No.
sharing is now paused. How do you unpause it?
Huge.
I'm just getting your like file a little.
Okay, well, this is another simple application. This is, why is it paused? This is an application to reconstruct an existing family room and an existing rear yard screen porch. There are a number of variances. 30 feet are required for the screen porch or the setback. 22.5 feet exist as setback. The proposal is for 23 feet, so there's an improvement on the variance situation there. They'd also like to expand the length of this new screen porch by about 7.5 feet, which is pretty minimal. Well, that's a technical variance because it exacerbates the setback nonconformity. Neither Jim or I feel that there's any visual or other significant impacts to light, air, or open space, and neither of us has any problem with the applicant's proposal.
Good.
Okay,
Bill,
can
do you think you?
we get rid of Bill's, can we get Bill's thing down so we can see everybody?
Can you, I don't know what's going on here.
Can you back out of it?
Things driving. Move this window away from the shared application. There we go. I'm trying. This window is.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Take your time.
I don't know what's going on with it. It won't. It just doesn't react to anything.
I'll tell you what, Bill, I read your packet. Looked pretty clean.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We all have that in the packet. I'd like to hear
It's a simple
testimony from the applicant.
There we go. Am I out of there now?
No. No. You're vertical instead of horizontal.
Mr. Niffield, can you tell us what you're going to do?
Yeah,
In your own
basically we have a pre-existing family room and a porch.
There we go.
It's not young, and we just want to update it. And while we're updating it, as was noted, we just want to make the porch, a couple feet longer. So it's really no change except to do updating. It's the same basic footprint that we had.
Okay. And
How is
everything's
it going
going
to
to.
be finished?
Go ahead. Go ahead, Mark.
Sorry, you ask. No, what's the finish? Going to match the house?
Oh, the finish. Oh, yeah. The siding and all. It's all going to be. Actually, we're going to redo the whole siding to all match. Yeah, that's true.
The whole siding, and what about the roof?
And we're going to redo the roof, the gutters, the siding. I mean, we're going to update the whole house while we're doing, replacing the old family.
Are there some structural problems with the existing family room and sunroom?
It was, let's say the architect found it to be very interesting. I don't know if it's a structural problem, but it does need some updating. For example, it has a flat roof now, and we don't want a flat roof anymore. We're going to have a normal pitched roof.
That helps for drainage
Yes,
purposes.
exactly. Yeah, it's been less than wonderful. Let's put it that way.
Good.
And Billy Pitchell's good with it, right?
Yes.
I have no
Trying to get
problem
the
with it. The choice if you needed to expand the porch, and where else are you going to expand it but in your rear yard, rather than decrease the setback or increase the setback nonconformity, all he's doing is laterally moving it. So it's an exacerbation, but I mean, it's the best of choice you can make.
So that's what
and
we
there's
need to
no-
know,
if you're
right?
going to expand it, there's no other place to do it.
And that's what we need to know, right?
Yeah, there's no property available. The whole neighborhood's developed.
Yeah. So
Has been forever.
I think we're good.
Okay.
I'm sorry to like stream meetings, but what the heck are we doing?
Anybody from the board have questions? Anyone from the public to be heard?
Make a
Okay,
motion to close public.
Motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Amy, please call the roll.
Mr. Fuller,
Yes.
Mr. Malta,
Yes.
Mr. Manel,
Yes.
Mr. Shephaka,
Yes.
Mr. Van Wagner,
Yes.
Mr. Worrell,
Yes.
Steele.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, action?
Move for a positive resolution.
And I second.
Amy, please call the roll.
Mr. Fuller,
Yes.
Mr. Malta,
Yes.
Mr. Manel,
Yes.
Mr. Shephaka,
Yes.
Mr. Van Wagner,
Yes.
Mr. Worrell,
Yes.
Steele.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, board, and
Wait, what,
Next
before we end it, I want everyone to know that we're going to be having virtual meetings scheduled through September because of the notifications that happen. Okay, and our July reorganization will be held virtually.
okay. Can I make a suggestion? If I bring Amy my tablet, will we be able to see her?
We're trying. I'm trying to avoid that personally, but Amy can do what she likes.
I mean,
I think Amy's trying to avoid it.
tablets are $89. Tell the town to buy you a tablet.
As long as you keep that cocktail. Okay.
I was going to ask if the next time I can appear without the video and audio only.
No.
I just want to know when John Fuller's going to shave.
John looks happy. This is over. Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
Everybody stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night, everyone. Stay well and safe. Stay well, safe.
We don't have to end.
Sure.
Okay,
No.
it's been a motion to close, but it's okay.
Okay.
Motion to close.
All in favor, aye. You got it.
You got it. Thank you.
Adjourn.
Bye.
Take care, guys.
Henry made the motion.
weekend.
Is that the lead? Is that the lead, right? Yes.
Okay.